And we have more information coming in. President Donald Trump has released the CCTV footage of the alleged shooter at the White House Correspondents Dinner. Now, this is the visuals that you see on the screens of this man rushing in at a very great speed, as described by President Donald Trump himself. And we have all of the members of the security service with their guns out. Now, this is the CCTV footage which was released by Donald Trump on about this shooter who allegedly ran from this area where we can see security agents with their guns out and police and security service that Donald Trump has talked about as being have done a great job, as he described them. All right, to get us more details, our correspondent Susan is joining us. Susan, we have heard Trump talk about he's briefed about this man who apparently is from California. We heard Todd Blanche. We also heard FBI Director Kash Patel. What are the major points that you have picked up from this briefing?
Well, President Trump tried to downplay how close the shooter was from him. He said the shooter did not get anywhere close to him and did not breach the doorway into the main ballroom. As anticipated, the mood in that press conference was somewhat of shock. It was somewhat somber, but I think the media and the president and the administration, it was a rare sight to see that they portrayed a united front against what happened tonight. He did mention that this individual is from California. It appears it's a 31-year-old individual, and according to law enforcement officials at this point, we are getting some names online. We're going to verify those and then get them to you on who this individual is. President Trump was very keen on saying that the Secret Service, in his opinion, did a better job at the Washington Hilton than they did in Butler, Pennsylvania, where President Trump was shot in the ear. He also said, brushing off, comments about how he feels, he said, quote unquote, it's a dangerous profession, when he was asked whether or not he was concerned about the threats against his life. But Trump said that he did not want to live his life in fear, and he joked that he might have not run for president if Marco Rubio, his Secretary of State, had told him about the risk of violence. What was noteworthy, again, that was different from previous press conferences was that the First Lady, Melania Trump, was standing next to the president a few feet away. Of course, she declined to answer any questions from the press in that room. But I think, the main message that he wanted to point out to ultimately was one of unity, saying that the political differences in this country cannot be handled with violence. He also mentioned that this event will continue, perhaps very